Good afternoon. Welcome to Seckman High School's 24th commencement ceremony. My name is Jeff Crutch, and I am the building principal. I want to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you to the St. Charles Family Arena for making this venue available. And thank you to the St. Charles Police Department for your service and protection. Graduates and guests, please remain standing as we begin our ceremony by honoring our great nation with the performance of our national anthem and the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise and direct your attention to the American flag on the left of our stage. It is customary that citizens remove their hats for the playing of the anthem. Although decorative caps, like the ones worn by the ladies today, may remain in place. Please remain standing until prompted to be seated. And now, with the performance of the Star-Spangled Banner by Francis Scott Key, I present Seckman High School's saxophone quartet, Saxissimo. Thank you, and please remain standing. I would now like to invite Senior Class Treasurer Eli Sassinger to the stage. Eli will lead us in the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Today I was given the task of leading us in a moment of reflection, though this isn't a reflection of the past year, but a reflection of the past 4 years. Through these 4 years, we have seen each other grow. We've grown from naive freshmen to seniors beginning the next chapter of our lives. Fortunately for everyone, we are not the annoying freshmen we once were. We are now young adults of the future, and even though some of us are scared, I know that each and every one of us will end up where we're supposed to be. Whether a 4-year university, a technical institute, community college, the workforce, the military, or taking a gap year, everyone has their own path guiding them to their individual future. Even though some of us may not know how to jump a car or change a tire yet, I know that even us will make it through and survive the next chapter of our lives through the lessons we have learned and how we have grown. When I look into the crowd, I see a variety of people: athletes, musicians, artists, future doctors, and business owners. I see whatever group or interest we fall into. I see many personalities and all the differences we have, but we do share one similarity. We all share the same roots. Despite our differences, we can all bond over our shared memories as Seckman students. Whether you love it or you hate it, your roots will forever be Jaguar roots. You will always be a Jaguar. I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Eli. At this time, I want to acknowledge some important guests that are joining us today. Thank you to our central office staff and administrative cabinet. Please stand and be recognized as I read your name. Dr. Paul Frigo, Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Tammy Cardona, Assistant Superintendent, Secondary Education. Dr. Randy Gilman, Assistant Superintendent, Elementary Education. Dr. Frigo, on behalf of the students and staff at Seckman High School, we sincerely appreciate your leadership and guidance as our superintendent this past year. I also want to thank the Fox C6 Board of Education. We value your continued support. Please stand as I recognize and say your name. Board President, Crystal Hargis. Vice President, Jim Shalou. Treasurer, Vicki Hansen. Board Member, Michelle Chamberlain. Board Member, April Meckel. Board Member, Todd Scott. Board Member, Kenneth Woolsey. Thank you, Board of Education. Seckman High School would not be one of the finest places to learn if not for our building level administrators. Joining us today, Activities Director and Assistant Principal, Mr. Ryan Caston. Freshman Principal, Mr. Dave Black. Sophomore Principal, Dr. Kurt Sykes. Junior Principal, Mrs. Chelsea Boyd. Senior Principal, Mr. Dustin Brown. I also want to thank members of the faculty joining us today to assist in the ceremony, including senior class sponsors Lynn Price and Jackie Roach. I'd like to extend special thanks to the Seckman High School Secretary team, Cheryl Earls, Laura Seidler, Lindsay Karahajic, Joni Tiepelman, Sandy Hagan, Kim Brockus, and Linda Ellman. And thank you to Lead Secretary Denise Kraus for being here today and for all of your help in preparing this ceremony, her last graduation ceremony, and I wished her best of luck in retirement. Our secretarial team. And lastly, thank you to Senior Secretary Tiffany McLeod and Senior Guidance Counselor Kelly Blingle. On behalf of the seniors, thank you for your service in helping prepare these students for graduation and learning thereafter. At this time, I would like to thank the entire Seckman High School faculty and support staff. We appreciate your presence here today, and I want you to know what an important role you have played in the lives of these seniors these past 4 years. You will not find a more caring, dedicated, and hardworking staff anywhere. Graduates and guests, please give the team at Seckman High School a round of applause. There is one last but very important group that I want to celebrate today. One of my favorite things about a May graduation is how it often sides with Armed Forces Day. Although that official holiday is next Sunday, it is still the perfect occasion to honor graduates and their family members who have committed to serving in the armed services. At this time, I would like to ask the graduates in the class of 2022 that have enlisted into the armed services as active duty, please join us on the risers in front of the stage and be recognized when I read your name. Enlisted, please join us on the risers. Guests, please hold your applause until we can recognize the group collectively. Representing the United States Army, Micah Barnes, Keith Gray, Dylan Kelly, Cale Lawrence, Tyler Nash. Representing the United States Army National Guard, Owen Cullen. Representing the United States Navy, Nikolai Finklang. Representing the United States Air Force, Connor Stark. Representing the United States Marine Corps, Keaton Smith and Jesse Wills. At this time, I would like all enlisted military and veteran armed forces members that are with us today, please stand and be recognized with our newest recruits. We thank each of you for your future, present, and past service. Gentlemen, you may be seated. As I reflect on the class of 2022 and their senior year, I can think of many great stories of success, of overcoming obstacles, of tremendous growth and maturity. I am most pleased that we have been able to end the year with a sense of normalcy. Perhaps what is most impressive about the class of 2022 is how you made it here. The majority of your high school experience was disjointed, with the typical high school experience, the high school rituals, events, and celebrations all having to be modified. Nevertheless, you persevered. Not only did we get through it, in many instances, we excelled. Some of the finest moments in Seckman history occurred in your senior year. Stories of triumph, stories like the second place finish by our men's wrestling team behind an individual state championship. A triumph like our varsity football team's deepest run into the playoffs and winningest season ever. A varsity baseball team that has tied the most wins in history, has been ranked among the top 10 in the state most of the season, and is poised to make a deep run in next week's playoffs. Nearly all of our athletic programs are currently experiencing unprecedented success, and you are to thank in large part for that. We have experienced triumph through the arts, with gold-level performances by band members, state qualifying performances by our speech and debate members, and other students have attended national-level competitions in both VOTEC programs and other sanctioned activities. We are raising the bar for academics as well. Over 400 students have attempted college-level coursework through dual enrollment, dual credit, and AP programs at Seckman High School. These are just some of the great stories that make Seckman High School what it is. But perhaps the biggest triumph is that of friendship. Regardless of your interests, each of you will remember high school, most as a result of the friendships you've cultivated, and that is the real fortune of high school. Please join me in welcoming the Seckman High School Choral Department to the stage. With a performance of Omnia Soul by Z. Randall Stroop, I present Seckman High School's concert choir under the direction of Sherry Rice and Philip Thomas. That was beautiful. Thank you, Mrs. Rice and Mr. Thomas and choir students. That song truly reminds me of the essence of high school and growing through adversity with one another, sometimes lonely but never alone. One of the finest examples of excellence through adversity is demonstrated by the leadership and example of your senior class president, Sam Alden. Sam Alden is the son of Jason and Jody Alden. Sam is attending Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. He graduates from Seckman with cum laude honors, and he's earned the Saluki Silver Scholarship. Here with our 2022 commencement ceremony address, Class President Sam Alden.
Good afternoon, students, faculty, and families. I am Sam Alden, president of the Seckman class of 2022. We are gathered here today to celebrate our 13-year journey of hard work through elementary, middle, and high school. First, I want to thank the student body. I want to thank you for electing me as your class president for the past 4 years. It has been an absolute honor. I want to start with a quote. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness, bad days give experience, worst days give lessons, and best days give memories. I think we all can relate to that quote, especially with all we have gone through in the last 2 years. I think it is a profound for this moment in our life because we are living the best days of our lives. In our 13 years of school, we have learned a lot. Let's just start from the beginning. We have learned to walk in a straight line, which I was never good at. We learned to make sense of letters, and if we put those letters in a certain configuration, they made words. Speaking of words, we also learned to not talk when others were talking. I guess I never understood that one. We learned about numbers and science and history, and some of those concepts intertwined. We gained an even deeper knowledge of where some of those words and numbers came from, and other ways to use them. It's hard to believe, but most of us learned how to tie our shoes, thanks to our beloved kindergarten teachers, whom we will never forget. Shout out to Mrs. Williams. Thank you to all our teachers. It's hard to imagine many things that we couldn't do before their classes or the influence they had in our lives. In middle school, we were able to choose our classes. Rather than just instructing, our teachers became more of a guide. They let us think outside the box and actually encouraged it. We started to decide what we liked and what we didn't like. People seemed to begin to perceive us differently. We were allowed to start expressing ourselves, and sometimes through all the hormones, even make sense. It was the start of all of us molding into who we have become and are becoming now. Middle school was also the start of my amazing beard, which was way before my friends were able to grow one, and I have grown to love my friends and my beard. Then there was high school. As a freshman, I, along with several of you, took the role full on. I was that goofy freshman kid with a beard, and to this day, I may act like that guy, but during all the freshman havoc, we grew up. The building was small and the whole student body was huge. We learned to navigate the filled hallways and most of the time still make it to class on time. We met new friends and participated in new events. It was a whole new world of trials and success. In our sophomore year, we faced a pandemic that flipped everything upside down. We had to learn virtually, and our families were impacted by us being home and learning. We had to somehow still have connections with people that we couldn't physically be with. Events were canceled, seasons were put on hold. We had our ups and downs, but we thrived through it all and found the light. Our junior year could not go by fast enough. We were so excited to become seniors and be the grown-ups of the school. Our teachers and coaches and staff began investing in us and helping us decide on our future paths. They helped guide and find the right colleges and universities, trades, or branches of the military. Some of us have made lifelong friends with these teachers, coaches, and counselors. These are the people who have helped mold and guide with good character through caring, empathizing, and sympathizing. They have shown love and hope for us and our success. As seniors, we began the end of the high school year. Some began solidifying their next steps in life. We were able to have dances, events, and seasons that most of us will never forget. We learned more about ourselves than ever. We grew relationships that seemed to be stronger and more meaningful. We all saw the finish line to this part of our journey. Some of us realize that this is the last time we will be surrounded by this many friends at one time, and made the most of every moment together. It was an amazing experience that went by way too fast and brings us to today. Lastly, other things I learned on our journey. It was when a person goes above and beyond when teaching, coaching, and guiding that can provide us with a different mindset, and these give us confidence we may not have known before them. These are the people who have not forgotten what it was like to not know how to tie their shoes. These people who are passionate about the knowledge they are passing on. These are the people who want to make a positive impact on people's lives. I am thankful for every teacher, coach, counselor, and principal who has done that for us. Now, I'm not just here to talk about school and our futures. As I said in the beginning, we are here to celebrate. So regardless of what's going to do in your future, celebrate today. And go to your graduation parties. Be with your friends and families. Relish in the accomplishment. And raise your hands in the air and wave them just like you don't care. You earned it and you deserved it. Our senior class has much to be proud of. We are resilient, we persevere, we are winners. We are learners and we have a future to use the skills we learned to better our lives and the lives of others. In our student body today, there are future leaders, business people, hands-on technical workers, teaching professionals, medical professionals, stay-at-home parents, and the list is huge. And each one of us will fill a role. Whatever that role is, whatever you do in life, be your best at it. Don't waste a moment being anything less. I am proud to have been your president and enjoyed my time here at Seckman. I look forward to seeing what our classmates achieve in the years to come. Congratulations again, seniors. Thank you. Oh, gosh.
Thank you, Sam. And thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Alden, for guiding this charming young man. At this time, I want to recognize some of the academic accomplishments of our graduating seniors. The Missouri Higher Education Academic Scholarship Program, commonly known as Bright Flight and much easier to say, awards two-tier scholarships to all Missouri high school students that achieve a 30 or 31 or higher on the ACT. This achievement results in a cash award that is renewable up to 4 years at most Missouri colleges and universities. Please hold your applause until the entire group can be recognized. Recipients and the parents of the recipients, please stand where you are as I read your name. Our 11-2022 Bright Flight recipients are Logan Belko, Emma Bracken, Connor Brown, Ian McDowell, Keegan Miller, Jacob Musig, Ethan Reed, Abigail Scheit, Logan Shreve, Emma Williams, Joshua Wilson. Let's have a round of applause for the 2022 Bright Flight recipients and their parents. Thank you. You may be seated. A point of pride at Seckman High School is the amount of students that begin pursuing their post-secondary degree while in high school. At Seckman, we find many ways to celebrate our students that enroll in college-level coursework. We offer several methods for students to do this, including advanced placement coursework, dual credit coursework, and the College Accelerated program through Jefferson College. The first group I'd like to recognize is our Power of 15 students. These students are wearing a navy white and silver braided cord. The Power of 15 acknowledges students that are poised to earn at least 15 college credit hours before they even step on a college campus by one of these three methods, either earning a score of 3 to 5 on AP exams and at least 2 dual credit courses. Please hold your applause until the entire group can be recognized. Recipients and parents, please stand where you are as I read your name. Emma Bracken, Bella Campbell, Seth Formby, Isabella Genovese, Andrew Holman, Mira Isabel Ifarung, Abby Keisker, Maximilian Luankfase, Keegan Miller, Jacob Musig, Mason Newman, Sophie Price, Taylor Rowland, Eli Sassinger, Talia Shaper, Abigail Scheidt, Emma Williams, Abby Woods, Logan Woods. These are your Power of 15 graduates. You may be seated. CAP stands for College Accelerated Program. The first cohort group started 6 years ago with students taking classes at Jefferson College as well as AP coursework at Seckman. These students will be graduating with an Associates of Arts degree from Jefferson College. They actually earn their first degree prior to being high school graduates. I would like to ask the CAP graduates and their parents to please stand as I read their names. Please hold your applause until we can recognize the group. Olivia Anderson, Courtney Anthonys, Alec Grigelski, Morgan Henry, Megan Lucas, Ian McDowell. These are our 2022 CAP graduates. Thank you. You may be seated. Seckman High School received designation by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education as an A+ school. For the last decade, Seckman graduates have been able to take advantage of this scholarship program. The program provides a reimbursement to recipients for tuition to any public community college or public technical school in the state of Missouri. This award is presented to students that maintained a 2.5 GPA, a 95% attendance rate, and 50 hours of tutoring in the school in a supervised setting. They have attended an A+ school for 3 years and have maintained their status of good citizen. The class of 2022 has 145 A+ students. That represents over 3,500 free tutoring and mentoring hours for the school district. If each of these students maximize the benefit of this scholarship, they could receive nearly $1.5 million worth of tuition. Our A+ students are listed in the program and are wearing an A+ medal with their cap and gown. At this time, I would like all of those students and their parents please rise and be recognized. You may be seated. The Fox School District has adopted the cum laude honor system for recognizing academic achievement throughout the 4 years of high school. It includes students that are in the category of cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. The Latin phrase cum laude translates with praise or honor. I would like to ask our 60 cum laude graduates to please stand while I read these qualifications. These students have accumulated a 3.6 to 3.99 GPA. They have earned an ACT score between 22 and 27. They have scored proficient or higher on all end-of-course exams. They have participated in at least 2 extracurricular activities, and they've earned 27 credits while fulfilling college preparatory requirements. Our cum laude recipients are wearing our honor graduate medallion draped with a white ribbon. Please join me in congratulating our cum laude recipients. You may be seated. Magna cum laude translates with great praise or honor. I would like to ask our 12 magna cum laude graduates to please stand while I read the qualifications. These students meet the same criteria as the first group, but they have a minimum GPA of 4.0 or better and an ACT score of 28 or higher. Our magna cum laude graduates are wearing our Honor Graduate Medallion draped with a silver ribbon. Please join me in applauding the efforts of our magna cum laude graduates. Thank you. You may be seated. Summa cum laude translates with highest praise or honor. I would like to ask the 9 summa cum laude graduates to please stand as I read the qualifications. These students have met the same criteria as the first 2 groups with these additional benchmarks. These students have a cumulative GPA of 4.2 or higher. They have earned an ACT score of 31 or higher. They have participated in 4 extracurricular activities. Our summa cum laude recipients are wearing our Honor Graduate Medallion draped with a gold ribbon. Please join me in applauding our summa cum laude recipients. You may be seated. We will announce our honor graduates individually as we present them their diplomas in a few moments. Before we present these students for graduation, please know this. For a parent, nothing compares with the sound of hearing your child's name called out as they walk across the stage and receive their diploma. With that in mind, I would ask that you help me in maintaining a reasonable amount of applause and celebration as your child walks across the stage, so that the parents of the next graduate can also hear their child's name. I can't think of anything more disappointing than missing that moment. Let's work together to make this event special for everyone. At this time, I would like to introduce Senior Class Principal, Mr. Dustin Brown, to present the class of 2022 for graduation.
Good afternoon. My name is Dustin Brown, and I am the grade level principal for the class of 2022. To the graduates, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your principal these past 4 years. On behalf of our grade level team, which includes Counselor Mrs. Kelly Bingle and Secretary Ms. Tiffany McLeod, I would like to tell each and every one of you that we are proud of the fantastic young adults that each of you have become. Each of the graduates will be receiving a sealed envelope with their graduation packet as they exit the floor today. Inside the envelope is a personalized note written by an SHS staff member or teacher. I hope that the personalized note brings you great joy. Please realize that each of you have left a lasting mark on the staff at SHS, and we hope that we have done the same for you. Now with the important stuff. Dr. Frigo and the Board of Education, as the senior principal of Seckman High School, it is my honor to certify to you that each of these students has satisfactorily completed the course of study prescribed for graduation by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and the Fox C6 School Board, and are presented to you today to confer the status of high school graduate.
Class sponsors, let's prepare the students for graduation.
David Edward Randall. Sean Michael Toby Nettles. Madison Lynn Wendell. Caleb Dean Schroer. Aaliyah Michaela Arnold. Isabella Marie Beezer. Trevor James Milliken. Nathan Lee Milliken. Joseph Aaron Brown. Michael John Milliken. Owen Patrick Cullen, cum laude. Samuel Parker Alden, cum laude. Sophia Corinne Price, cum laude. Eli Joseph Sassinger, cum laude. Abigail Nicole Woods, cum laude. Olivia Renee Anderson, cum laude. Cooper Paul Eames. Cale Aiden Lawrence. McKenna Karen Masters. Ava Elise Powell. Megan Michelle Lucas, cum laude. Ella Rose House, cum laude. Emma Elizabeth Bracken, magna cum laude. Corinne Elizabeth Lywicki. Caleb Allen Tarwater. Samuel Robert Faulkner. Clayton Lee Schlater. Serenity June Knofel. Alexander Donald Mosier, cum laude. Bella Rose Susanna Campbell, cum laude. Victoria Olivia Grakowski, cum laude. Madeline Bell Hassel, cum laude. Corey Theodore Roberts, cum laude. Brielle Jin Chow Edwards. Emma Lynn Williams, magna cum laude. Quinn Allen Roden. Ashley Michelle Cope. Matthew Gregory White. Benjamin Lee Hyde, Jr. Eric Anthony Smith. Haley Renee Nemitz. Tony Marie Fant. Haley Ann Fant. Micaiah Reese Stringer. Rosalie Helen Peace. Angela Rose Gaynor. Ari Lee Young. Victoria Jane Berry. Philip Kindle Harrell, cum laude. Jacob Andrew Duff. Landon Douglas Wooldridge. Logan Matthew Cordovant. Caleb Jackson Whalen. Jacob Brian Burke. Samuel David D'Elia. Zachary Isaac Nolan. Jesse Daniel Wills. Travis James Harper. Matthias Allen Myers. Mason Henley Lawson. Frank Knoll. Morgan Sierra Bertley. Abigail Rose Scheit, summa cum laude. Allison Grace McAllister. Morgan Lois Keene. Avery Thale Carter. Megan Lynn House. Connor Jacob Brown, magna cum laude. Helena Raquel Manzik. Jacob Thomas Musig, summa cum laude. Max Long. Anthony William Stein. Jake Ryan Poley. Andrew Joseph Meeks, cum laude. Maid Brovnica Halovic. Brian Matthew Simpson, cum laude. Quentin Tai Chung. Eric Todd Schroeder, cum laude. Madeline Christine Cutler, cum laude. Lindsay Michelle Weeks, magna cum laude. Allison Marie Jones, cum laude. Kylie Elizabeth Hagley, cum laude. Jack Anthony Knoll, cum laude. Nicholas Joseph Adragna. Sophia Helen Bauer. Gracie Marie Hahn. Carissa Lee Massey. Peyton Elizabeth Montana. Janisa Hasanovich. Richard David Montgomery. Emily Rose Lang. Kylie McKenna King, cum laude. Gracie Marie Hobbs. Hannah Marie Calbuna. Lexi Michelle Eisenhower. Amaya Mackenzie Reek. Graceanne Ruth Baum, magna cum laude. Chelsea Joy Callahan. Abby L. Keisker, cum laude. Sierra Rose Ortman. Kiera Grace Gilman. Emily Elizabeth Holden, cum laude. Isabella Hope Gautier. Talia Grace Shopper, magna cum laude. Olivia Grace Malloy, cum laude. Jacob Connor Porter. Andrew Scott Dietrich, cum laude. Mira Isabella Tomas Eiferung, cum laude. Nathan James White. Nathan James Mertz. Nathan Alexander Driscoll. Alan Grahovich, cum laude. Tyson Owen Gonzalez. Emma Christine Needham, cum laude. Riley Madison Marie Hautershell, cum laude. Matthew William Kessel, cum laude. Dylan Patrick Carlton, cum laude.
Olivia Ann Smith, cum laude. Taylor Ann Neal. Emma Marie Schneider, cum laude. Kelly Leanne Ortman. Elizabeth Jean Spear. Hannah Grace Tackett. Haley Nicole Alexander. Autumn Marie Dishner. Aniston James Box. Zachary Cole Erberline. Ernad Panjetta. David Charles Owens. Caleb Christopher Callaway. Aiden J. Weber. Jacob Matthew Sterneman, cum laude. Andrew Michael Keene. Corey Patrick McGee, cum laude. Ethan Edward Evans. Levi Thomas Marsh. Carter Evan Amel. Kayla Krantic. Olivia Marie Bodine. Riley Michael Bradford, cum laude. Zayden Kai Sarver. Grant Michael Anderson. Catherine Grace Weinrich, cum laude. Abigail Marie Coe. Jamie Rose Johnson. Emma Grace Prusanowski. Braxton David Fowler. Peyton Suzanne Sager. Stephen Ray Allen. Ryan Joseph Congemo. Mallory Lynn Vessels, cum laude. Josie Parker Dukacek. Emily Faith Bollinger. Connor Patrick Mullenschlater, cum laude. Jasmine Michelle Mueller. Michael Anthony Hasbaum. Spencer Charles Bollinger. Sina Robin Dean. Nathan James Milner. Parker Benjamin Steinkamp. John Edward Mullins. Tyler Lark Smick. All of it? Timothy Thomas Burke III. Drake Edward Wilson. Adis Omahik. Matthew Dillon Corman. Jacob Tyler Campbell. Hayden Michael Shy. Joshua Sherman Seegers. Logan Miles Rainey. Kyle Anthony Fugel. Madeline K. Laverne Larkin. Sarah Elizabeth Anna Larkin. Casey Marie Montgomery. Abigail Elizabeth Kent. Amelia Ann Girardi. Cadence Taylor Semino, cum laude. Nicholas Robert Utley. Ethan Hawk Reed, magna cum laude. Keegan Dean Rutledge. Nathan James McMaster. Tyler Allen Eugene Nash. Matthew Allen Lancow. Terrence Durand Harris. Noah Scott Mazanek. Stephen Michael Ziegler. Kyle Jonathan Gross. Peyton Allen Jones. Jacob Samuel Hampton. Nico Patrick Brian Portell. Natalie Rose Duran, cum laude. Layla Grossonia. Dylan Christopher Reese. Robert Andrew Frank. Colin Dean Rudert.
Ethan Eric Miller. Thank you.
Ethan Eric Miller. Trey Vincent Minigrode. Jessica Marie Herget. Morgan Grace Henry, cum laude. Summer Jade Schlater. Paul Robert Mahachek. Danielle Robin Walker. Gracie Charlotte Stout. Kaylin Isabella Optenbrow, cum laude. Reese Lee Wyman, cum laude. Abigail Reese Bailey. Caitlin Ann Fessler. Morgan Renee McGowan. Michelle Ann Sell. Braden Michael Enlow. Kevin Robert Fry.
You did a very nice job. That was very nice.
Haley Olivia Hogan-Miller, cum laude. Jordan Riley Dawson. Erin Diane Trice. Madeline Jean Winkleman. Brady Michael Schwab. Josh Alexander Jurek. Joshua James Askins. Dewey Michael Dotson. Nolan Carter Belt. Cooper Jacob Caffey. Jeffrey Michael Ahrens. Ryan Jacob Lauber. Amaya Lynn Garst. Adam David Pulliam. Jonathan Alexander Malik. Gregory Alex Solorzano. Robert Lee Solorzano. Brooke Marie Bell. Brianne Lynn Bell. Madison Katie Conrad. Isabella Reese Olson. Elizabeth Catherine Bloom, cum laude. Marissa R. Cruz. Luke Robert Raymond. Casey Stephen Biggs. Kyle David Boschert. Carson Michael Reen, cum laude. Logan Wade Shreve, summa cum laude. Logan Daniel Woods, magna cum laude. Mason Riley Newman, magna cum laude. Peyton Matthew Schulz. Tyson Ray Norris. Ty Samuel Kitchen. Andrew Michael Holman, magna cum laude. Alec Jeffrey Seyfried. Jacob Isaac Potter. Benjamin Everett Alsop. Howard Richmond Iscaran Vega. Spencer Robert Pulliam. Brandon Michael Vickers. Isaac Lee Botkin. Drew Matthew Feldman. Dylan John Kelly. Colin Robert Wells. Nikolai Robert Finkling. Kaylee Elizabeth Burns. Mirsad Karobekovich. Daryl Weldon Haywood. Lauren Kathleen Coleman. Taylor Lynn Claraday. Lauren Elizabeth Pierce. Taylor Lynn Rowland. Haley Nicole Cable. Gianna Angelique Rouleau. Sylvia Lynn Shelton. Tyler Scott Kraft Ferguson. Caitlin Jane Hood. Hannah Brooke Campbell. Carter Jace Ballsman, cum laude. Ross Elias Hutch. Carter William Dangle Portal. I know. Samuel Thomas Siebert. Jonathan Roy Lawrence Key, cum laude. Dylan Michael Glastetter. Alexandria Margaret Smith. Courtney Lynn Anthony's, cum laude. Parker Matthew Huff. Alexander Paul Strebler. Hunter Lee Knoll. Owen Vinagoni. Ashton Newley. Anthony Scott Layenke. Nicholas Andrew Reno. Savannah Darlene Lynn Bruinger. Logan Kane Baxter. Isabella Hope Quintana. Stephanie Michelle Bryce.
Genovese.
Isabella Teresa Genovese.
Zaleski.
Samantha Renee Zaleski. Jenna Christine Thorne. Dakota Dallas Kellett. Ryan Lucas Reedy. Jordan Matthew Jada. Brooke Aaron Compton. Kara Elizabeth Dean. Celeste Jalea Martin. Emily Elaine Albers, cum laude.
She forgot her call.
Kaylee Paige Anderson. Aiden Allen Cook. Dylan James Fox. Austin James Reynolds. Caden Anthony Fusco. Christian Rodney Tucker.
Don't know what he just did.
Andrew James Connolly, cum laude.
Ferocious.
Ethan Jacob Grocius.
Hila Zaman.
Hila Zuman. Hannah Elizabeth Schuler. Brooks Mackenzie Stanton. Amelia Michelle Gertner.
Sturba.
Ashley Taylor Sturba. Ella Grace Cramper. Kaylee Renee Warnicki. Chad Michael Thompson.
His middle name is Paul.
Is what?
Paul.
Paul.
Middle name.
Logan Paul Belko.
Lauer.
Bryce William Lauer. Keegan Christopher Miller. Mitchell Walter Pelker. Madison Riley Cobb.
Elise Helick.
Elise Marie Halick. Ian Michael McDowell. Nevaeh Faith Parr. Mackenzie Janine Lortz. Kiara Nicole Brown.
Thornby.
Seth Harrison Formby. Blaine William Griffin.
Stronach.
Rebecca Lynn Skurnick. Aaliyah Christine Combs.
McQuay.
Brendan Tyler McQuay. Sabrina Marie Davis.
Lesky.
Alec Thomas Gregleski. Joshua Eric Looney. Daniel Robert Reed. Aaron Joshua Kendall. Amber Nicole Peace. Caitlin Elizabeth Haynes. Noah Holden Swick. Devin Nicholas Ryan. Connor Grayson Reynolds. Joshua Christopher Eisenhower. Tyler James Kuhn. Brian John Overhoff. Jordan Page McNall. Kira Gwendolyn Newcomb. Jessica Nicole Boyd, cum laude. Alexa Marie Francis. Jacob Cooper Faust. Spencer Andrew Nelson. Joshua James Wilson, summa cum laude. Levi Daniel Lee. Christian Parker Rodriguez. Callie Christine Perstrop, cum laude. Evelyn Faith Lehman. Alexandria Jaden Cobb, cum laude. Tyler Joseph Bobbitt. Annabelle K. Bradley. Jenna Michelle Frank. Dakota Vaughn Wagner. Husnu Duzavali. John William Kuhlman. Bryce Hunter Wilson. Garrett Michael Eckert. Connor Joseph Stark. Shevlin. Matthew Timothy Shevlin. Blake Thomas Slatton. Maggie May. Caitlin Marie Wickens. Caden Nigel Reed. Cameron Abel Reed.
Just Hogan Shanks, no middle name.
Kogan Shanks. Keith James Gray. Rudolph Thomas Showalter.
Rising.
Austin Jeremiah Rising. Cameron William Ezra Seitz. Jackson Paul Chambers. Marcus James Stewart. Jasmine Aaliyah Mesnaj. Sage Marie Hart.
She's going to pronounce it for you.
Alina Boshniak. Chloe Anne-Marie Parsons. Matthew James Bonebreak. Evan Gabriel Weaver.
Javier Alcazar.
Javier Alcazar.
You want her to pronounce it?
Adriana Rose Cordero.
Good luck.
Hashim Abbas Hashim Al-Shagra.
Good job,
Noah Andrew Caldwell.
Cadence.
Cadence Ann Edward. Matthias Nakai Smith. Abigail Marie Hoffman.
That's Marie, middle name.
Kaylee Marie Bartner. Lacey Ann Roth.
Pasquale. Pasquale.
Lucas Pasquale Warner. Jennifer Jana Kathleen Ketch. Keaton Douglas Smith.
We're almost there, gang. Although we are glad that we could be together today to celebrate graduation, the unfortunate side of having to reschedule graduation is sometimes it creates conflicts for other families. Nevertheless, those graduates have also earned the honor of having their names read aloud. Please indulge us as we recognize graduates that couldn't be with us today. Dr. Sykes, would you please do the honor? Please hold your applause until all the names have been read.
Aaron Thomas Peer. Isabel Madison Fitzer. Gavin Joseph Johnston. Marina Shanace Anderson Hamil. Phoebe Ann Broyles. Mila Haley Crane. Nicole Elizabeth Dirks. Therese Malik Fenton. Kendall Evelyn Harris. Michaela Quench Holmes. James Lavoy Howard. Madison Nicole Hudson. Abigail Frances Kleinheider. Jessica Marie Herbert, cum laude. Seth Austin Levy. George Preston McMillan. Jacob William Mueller. Devin Eugene McDowell. Taylor Lucille Long. Caitlin Rochelle Murillo.
All right, students, you've almost completed the steps of becoming a bona fide graduate of Seckman High School, but we still have a few more steps to make this official. To lead the class in the turning of the tassel, we have 2022 Senior Class Secretary, Sophie Price.
Good evening, class of 2022, family and friends. We are here to celebrate one thing, closing this chapter of our lives. We all thought everyone was overreacting when they told us 4 years would fly by, but here we are graduating, one step closer to completing our goals. Two traditions that have been done during every graduation ceremony is the turning of the tassels and the turning of the class rings. Seniors, as sophomores, we received our class rings, and though we were unable to have a ring ceremony, the symbolism behind the ring is still present. For the last 2 years, we have been wearing the ring facing us to remind us of our goal to walk across this stage. Once we graduate, it is tradition to turn your class ring so that it is facing outwards. This shows others all the accomplishments and achievements we have created throughout high school. The turning of the ring is meant to symbolize looking outwards towards your future goals and ambitions. Graduates, currently your tassel should be on your right side of your cap. This is meant to symbolize your time as a high school student, and in a moment we will be turning them to the left to confirm and celebrate all of our accomplishments throughout high school and to show that we are now Seckman High School alumni. Now, Seckman, class of 2022, move your tassels from the right to the left. And for those who have a class ring, join me in the turning of the ring from inward to outward. Congratulations, everyone. We did it, and with some final words, thoughts, I would like to introduce our senior class vice president, Owen Coleman.
Thank you, Sophie. First, I would like to thank everyone for coming today to witness this great moment in our lives. Before me today sits a group of young adults who are ready to make strides in this crazy world we call life. This wouldn't be possible without the people who helped forge and guide us into who we are today. On behalf of the student body, I want to thank the teachers, secretaries, counselors, principals, coaches, janitors, and every other staff member for creating an environment at Seckman High School that has allowed each of us to become who we are now. As we sit here, we are writing the last chapter to this part of our life and beginning another. When we walk out these doors, we will start with a blank sheet. We will ponder where our story will take us and who we will become. Many of us have already planned to where we want to go and what we want to accomplish. Some hope for a good college experience while continuing their education. For others, we prepare for what lies ahead in our career, whether it be a trade, the military, or any other field that you may seem fit. Yet, as of right now, our page is still blank. As we write our story of our lives, we will come upon challenges. These challenges will bring obstacles designed to knock us off our feet and will leave us with a choice. Do I stay down and give up, or do I get back up and try again? Sitting here, we could easily say, well, of course, I would get back up. But let's think back on our past. How many times have we given up when things were hard? How many times have we hoped for the best when we had that test coming up but just didn't feel like studying? How many times, for those of us that play sports, has there been a raining or hard practice and we were just sitting there hoping the coach would just cancel? I've fallen victim to this a couple times. We don't know how hard it is to get back up until we have truly fallen. At that moment, when we are on the ground, mentally or physically, we have to fight the booming voice in our head saying how easy it would be just to stay down. We must brace ourselves for the pressures and stresses that life will bring us and remember the reason we walk along the path we find ourselves on today. The future will be hard and unforgiving, so we must be strong and resilient. I believe that with this mindset, we can accomplish any goal we see for ourselves. Again, I thank you all for coming, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Graduates, if you would please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, hats off to the class of 2022. In closing, I would like to say thank you to the Board of Education, Superintendent and Cabinet, all of the teachers, support staff, and parents. Graduates, for the last time, this is Building Principal Jeff Crutch. And I'm reminding you to be bold, be decisive, and be vigilant in your pursuit of happiness. Students, please remain seated until the sponsors can dismiss you by section. This concludes today's ceremony. Class sponsors begin dismissing the graduates. Thank you all. Have a safe drive home.